today on Phenomenation. This episode will feature Katabatic winds. Nuuk, the capital of Greenland, has been experiencing some crazy Katabatic winds lately. And we have some special guests who have come to explain the reasoning behind it. Professor Aryan from University of Harvard and Dr. Kinshi Huang V, who is from University of Unknown. And these two doctors were unfortunately fused together during an experiment. So, what are Katabatic winds?
Well, I'd like to dig deeper to understand topics. The name Katabatic originates from the Greek word katabeno, which means to go down.
That's right. Katabatic winds are winds that generally go in a downward direction. They typically start at the top of the mountain and descend into the valley or plains below.
And how do these winds form?
These winds are formed when cold air sweeps across ice caps, which are typically located at the top of mountains. Once the air and ice interact, the air becomes denser and more prone to gravitational pull. The gravity pulls the wind down and spreads it across the ground below.
Katabatic winds are quite the phenomenon, as they can form dense mist at low ground, while still showing clear and sunny skies below. Above, if looked from far away, the winds can last over the course of many days, and can form in minutes. Katabatic winds have possibly reaching insane speeds, similar to that of a hurricane. However, most winds are under 18 kilometers per hour or 11.2 miles per hour.
And are there different types of Katabatic winds?
Indeed, there are two variations of katabatic winds, a foehn and a fall wind. A foehn is wind that generally is warm. The warmth is caused by gravity compressing the wind. The other type is known as fall wind. Wind, hence the name, plummets down slopes. It falls far too quickly for it to be warmed like a foehn. Fall winds are normally larger than the typical katabatic wind.
A great example of the foehn are the Santa Ana winds, which occur in Southern California. Santa Ana winds can be defined as foehn because when the air stoops down from the Great Basin, it gets heated up. This results in hot and humid weather, along with gusty winds.
Interesting. And how do Katabatic winds affect the surrounding area?
Katabatic winds affect the surrounding area because it can decrease the air temperature and it speeds down the topography. It also affects the area because winds are so violent and happen randomly, which can take unsuspecting people by surprise.
And how do Katabatic winds disappear or fade away?
When the air gets warmer, the air becomes less dense, causing the flow of air to stop and or fade away.
Do you know where these winds occur?
These winds most often occur in Greenland or Antarctica, as they have more ice caps since they are further away from the equator. Some variations, such as the Santa Ana winds, like before, can be in specific areas. They may also occur in such places like Alaska or Norway, which are both places far away from the equator.
Thank you, scientists. Anyways, let's take a quick commercial break.
Do you live in Greenland and sick of Katabatic winds tearing down your floor and house? Do you need a nail that will secure your floor down to make sure that you won't lose it? Then look no further than the KW nail. Grab a hammer, couple of these babies, and secure them into your floor. You can also secure chairs and cabinets. You can get these for $1 a piece if you call 1-800-NAIL. And we have this special offer right now. If you call right this instant, you can get 10 of these for the price of $5.51. Just call 1-800-NAIL and you can get 5 free with your next purchase.
Breaking news. We've managed to get a reporter up to Greenland to inspect the winds and give us a better look at the Katabatic winds. Now over to Jake Quellen, a local who has witnessed this phenomenon. Wow, Jake Quellen, these are some crazy winds.
Yeah, they just started earlier when the wind swept over the plateau. I wasn't sure if my house was going to take a beating, but it probably did. I wasn't sure if it was a good idea to build my house at a place that commonly experiences Katabatic winds.
I agree. So tell us when you first noticed these winds.
Well, so what happened was I was driving home from the grocery store, just finishing up some errands, when something quickly surrounded me. I suddenly realized it was mist and hurried on my way. What in the world is that? Katabatic winds? Ah!
Wow, Wow, that must have been scary. How did you feel when you first noticed the powerful winds?
Well, I was very afraid as I wasn't sure if my house was going to get knocked down or my car would flip over. So I've heard of these before. I just stayed inside because I've heard that's what's best and safe.
No kidding. Are there any safety precautions you'd like to recommend while living in a place where Katabatic winds are common?
Well, I know one of my main concerns personally was getting all of my belongings out of my house and that the valuables wouldn't be damaged. So I would recommend also keeping your heavy things like dressers, tables secure or in a place next to a wall where they wouldn't fall over or harm you. Also, make sure you have a safety kit with you and an evacuation plan because those are necessary.
And when was the last time something like this happened to your property?
Well, about a few months ago, some wind came down unexpectedly. It wasn't as severe as it was today, but it's definitely something you should worry about.
This must have been crazy compared to what you last experienced. Obviously, this has happened to you before. What was it like the first time?
Well, so I moved here 5 years ago, and some neighbors had warned me about the Katabatic winds, but at the time I didn't pay much attention to what they were talking about. Soon enough, the winds did come, and I was very unprepared. My house had heavily been beaten, and I just would not wish on anyone else. The insurance was horrible, so from then on, I tried to be as safe and prepared as possible. That's why I'm glad I was prepared today.
Moving here was very audacious of you. What type of Katabatic wind did you experience today?
I'm pretty sure it was a fall wind. So fall winds, they are known to be very quick and extremely cold, just like the winds from this morning.
Well, thank you for your insight. It was great talking to you. You're very brave. Let's get back to the news station. Hey, do you want to experience some crazy Katabatic winds? Well, I've got the deal for you. Just call 858-858-858 and give us your social security number, your credit card number, your full name, and then you could possibly win a trip to Antarctica to experience those crazy Katabatic winds.
Like a good neighbor, Wind Barn is there. Do you just hate, all the damage caused by Katabatic winds? I do. You know what? I also hate the insurance rates that all insurance companies have for these Katabatic winds. It's crazy. If you want better rates like I do for Katabatic winds, call Wind Barn near you and see if you qualify for our amazing rates. Call for a free consultation today.
Thank you, Jake Wallen, for allowing us to interview you, and thank you to our sponsors at Wind Barn Insurance. Anyways, I've received many questions about Katabatic winds and phenomenons in general, so I chose a couple questions for the scientists to answer. First off, scientists, does weather and climate affect Katabatic winds?
Well, yes, climate can affect Katabatic winds. Katabatic winds form usually in colder climates, since Katabatic winds first form on top of ice caps. Cold climates is crucial.
Wait a minute, you told me that Katabatic winds could be hot too.
Oh, they can. Like Professor Aryan previously mentioned, climate determines the overall temperature and type of Katabatic wind.
That makes more sense, and we have another question for you. Can Katabatic winds be dangerous to humans?
Of course, like said before, Katabatic winds can reach sustained speeds close to that of a hurricane. If these winds can tear through homes and flip cars over, then they could definitely cause harm to humans.
True that. I don't want to be stuck in any form of Katabatic winds. Okay, we have one last question before we have to close the program. Can Katabatic winds lead to other natural disasters?
Katabatic winds can increase the rate of wildfires that spread. Winds are known to do so in Southern California, where the San Antonio winds can spread brush fires very quickly.
Very interesting. Our time is up for today, so I'd like to thank Professor Aryan and Dr. Qin-Shi Huang V, Jake Quellen, and our sponsors KW Nails, Wind Barn Insurance for making this episode possible. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Phenomenation, Katabatic Winds. See you next time.